Service learning is a teaching and learning method that connects community service with academic learning, personal growth, and civic responsibility. It's a process that can help students become better learners, classmates, and citizens, and can help them to make a valuable contribution to their communities.
Hi, my name is Deidre. I just came outside because I wanted to get a little bit of inspiration for a project I'm working on. You see, I'm in the final stages of a degree program here at Full Sail University. Have you ever heard of it? Oh, great. Good. Well, we had to do an action research project to culminate our experience here at Full Sail and on a topic that we felt very passionate about and that we could actually implement with our students in our classroom. So, I've done the research, I've done the project, and now I'm just putting together a video to basically give you an overview of what we've done, share all the information, and share some highlights from my program with you from this past year. So, came out here trying to get a little bit of inspiration, so I thought, being the scientist that I am, that if I sat under a tree, that maybe some inspiration would just pop me in the head, you know, like Newton. Well, the only problem is, it's Georgia, the middle of summer. This is a magnolia tree. So, the highlights will be, I'm going to talk about action research here, okay? What is action research, and why is it important to it? We're also going to talk about service learning. What does it mean? What is it? This is something that's near and dear to my heart, the program called Peace Jam. And how does this tie in with action research and service learning with my project? Then we're going to ask those main questions from language arts. We're going to ask who. Who will be involved in this project? We'll also ask what. What is the project about? We're going to ask when. When will all this take place? Ask the question where. Where will we conduct the research? Where will we do the action research project? We're also going to ask how. What is the methodology behind all of this? And how are we going to use any of the skills that I've learned in school to help me to implement this project? And the last question that a scientist really loves to ask, we're going to ask why. Why are we doing this? How is it going to move us forward? How is it going to contribute to my students' learning and to the environment and to the world? Why don't you come on inside with me? We'll get some tea, and I'll tell you all about it.
Just like my Wordle says, service is the basis for all other components connecting everything. Initiatives that involve students with their communities help facilitate engagement in meaningful work that benefits all involved through activities that respond to real meaningful community needs and academic achievement via relevancy. Service activities address young adolescents' need for connecting and feeling valued. Service learning programs have the capacity to enhance school and community climates that are vital in creating successful educational experiences and should be integrated into any school curriculum. Action research is a systematic examination of a question arising from a teacher's practice. Peace Jam, which you'll see in a moment, is an international organization that connects young people with Nobel laureates so they can learn about and become inspired to work for positive change in their own communities and world through global call for action projects that address a community issue through service learning. I started a program 2 years ago with my family at my school to answer a need for an effective education program in our school because the students were learning all types of investments in education, but they were not learning how to become better students or better citizens. Using the Peace Jam curriculum and 2 other program planning toolkit models, came along with some information gathered from kids research and my literature review as well, and our farm training with the urban farmers, we came up with a plan. We came up with some ideas and a list of concerns of the community. Using trial and error, my information and tools that I learned from FSO, web design, survey tools, Google Docs, and the 5 basic components of service learning, also with Delicious, we came up with a plan. and we decided to do an urban garden.
Okay, what is the question?
How will the impact on the community be assessed?
So you tell me, how could you assess it? What do you think?
So we can say how we could.
You're developing it. So how?
So using the 5 core components: investigation, planning and preparation, action, reflection, demonstration, and celebration, we began our plan. We decided to do an urban garden, and we were going to do it on school grounds. After getting permission from our principal, we began the work. We had to do the background research. I did my part, they did theirs. We also involved the help of an urban farmer who came to give us a training on how to farm, what were the things that were necessary, how to look at the climate for Georgia, and determine what crops would grow best here in a given amount of time. So I've been involved in community service, learning, education, and with youth all of my life. These are all passions of mine. I saw a need in my school, and when presented with the task of an action research project, just by definition, I felt this was a perfect fit. It seemed like I'd been preparing for this moment all last year. During the 2009-2010 school year, we met weekly after school, and we sat down and planned out our timeline and all the components of our action research project.
Well, it's fun.
What are you doing?
We're planting.
Planting what?
Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, anything edible.
Why are we doing this?
This is for environmental issues.
Why are you doing it?
I'm doing it to help my environment.
East Point, Georgia, Woodland Middle School is where I conducted this project, even though I was teaching at another school this past year. My heart was here at this school, and I came back weekly as a part of my contract with my students and my dedication to Peace Jam. We spent every week working out the details, from doing the research, cycle 1, to planning out the timeline, deciding what we wanted to plant, doing the survey that I learned how to do through Full Sail, and conducting the community research, getting their input, deciding where we were going to put the garden, and all the other components to get us prepared. This is a group of 6th to 8th grade middle schoolers in an urban public middle school of mixed income environment. Majority of the kids are from the lower end of the economic spectrum, but have a lot of resilience and a lot of heart. I wanted to address the concern of apathy and disconnection from issues outside of themselves.
So we need to make a schedule to be checked off, like a checkoff list. Okay, a ordering schedule. Okay.
So the end result is we had a great project. We did all the steps. The reflection was wonderful. I got a chance to utilize all of the skills that I learned in classes, especially survey tools, Google Docs, working with websites, learning how to build those, basically learning how to research, organize all of the literature and all of our guides using Delicious, things like that. Farmville was great practice for farming for us. My students got a chance to do a celebration and look forward to all the other activities they plan on doing in the future, such as presenting at the regional conference for Peace Jam. Future projects that will come from this, like Phase 2 of the garden, donating crops to shelters and volunteering our time, working in soup kitchens, holding information rallies, and healthy habit cooking classes. Some of the classes here at Full Sail that helped to make this a successful project were MTA for GarageBand, GMS, Gaming Strategies, Farmville, GPE for Filmmaking Skills, DEA, Web Design and Flash, MLT for Google Everything, ETC for Web 2.0 Tools, EDE for Social Bookmarking. Thanks to everybody for all of your help and support, my critical friends, my professors, and most of all, my students. Thanks for stopping by.